Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things. And we see them. And today we got a very interesting show for you guys. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. And also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, my name is Charles Tabansi, handle CTABANZ. And also make sure you follow Dreamerspro. It's called Dreamerspro, same name of the channel. And also check out the Dreamerspro podcast that we have pinned in the comment section. But anyway, let me get into this topic here. So yesterday, something quite interesting happened. As you guys know, the NBA preseason is underway, and I generally don't follow the preseason because they don't matter. And there are people that like to make a big deal out of preseason games. I don't, because it doesn't really matter. They don't count. Most players are not playing. In most cases, they're only playing half of the game. So there's no reason for me to put so much stock in a preseason game. But anyway, I was going through NBA.com, and then I looked at the top. If any of you have been to NBA.com, it has all of the games and the scores, live scores. And I saw the Spurs. And I was like, wait a minute, the Spurs. I said, oh, Victor Wembanyama. I said, oh my God, let me go check it out. So I check it out, and I believe I started watching the game in the first half. Now, let me tell you guys, as I was watching the game, I was actually confused. I thought I was watching the third quarter, and I was like, but wait a minute, third quarter. And then I'm looking at the score. I'm like, the score's on. And then I'm like, wait. It took me a few minutes to realize that after that quarter finished, it was only the first half. And I was like, wait, they put up how many points in the first half? So it was a pretty high scoring affair. So I started watching the game, and I'm watching to see how Victor Wembanyama was playing. And let me tell you guys something. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I could not believe what I was seeing. He pulled off one move where he went into like a modified post-up. He faked his defender out, spun to the basket, and then did a reverse layup where he double clutched and then laid it off the glass. And I was like, wait, what? I said, what? I said, this dude is 7'3", he's 7'4". I'm like, how the hell did he do that move? And then as I'm watching him, he's coming off of pin downs, hitting 3-point shots. And I'm like, wait, but this guy's 7'4". And as I'm watching him play, I said to myself, there was a play, he started playing in a particular style, and I was like, wait a minute. This guy is going to be an absolute problem. Do you know the most impressive thing I saw from him yesterday? I saw a lot of impressive things. But the thing that made me say this guy is going to be a nightmare to stop. I want you guys to think about the fact that this guy is 7'4", and he's dribbling the ball like a guard. Think about his center of gravity, how low it is to be 7'4" and to be dribbling through defenders and crossing dudes up to go to the basket. I'm like, how do you defend something like that? Usually players with that height, well, obviously, look at it. I mean, look at the distance between their hand and the floor. So the likelihood of you being able to steal the ball is greater because there's a bigger window to steal the ball. But guys that are smaller, they can get lower to the floor. It's harder to kind of knock the ball away from them because they can hit the ball much faster. And this guy's like dribbling. I'm like, well, but this guy's 7'4", and I'm watching him, and I said to myself, this guy is going to be an absolute problem. As a matter of fact, before producing this show, we actually put up a poll on our channel where we asked the audience this. We said, who were you more impressed with last night? Chet Holmgren or Victor Wembanyama? Of the 914 people that have voted in the last, 43 minutes, about 69% of them are saying that it's Victor Wembanyama. And last night, I actually wrote on the channel, I said, Victor Wembanyama is going to be a major problem. One person said, bro literally has a guard layup package. I don't know if y'all saw how nasty that left scoop layup was. It was crazy to see someone do that at his size. My exact sentiment. And that's why I think that this guy is going to be one of the biggest problems in the NBA. But before we get any further in this show, this video is brought to you by a brand new sponsor, Factor Meals. If you're like me or anybody that works at Dreamerspro, chances are you're a very, very busy person, especially during the lunchtime when you don't have time to go to the grocery store, pick out fresh ingredients, and come back home and cook healthy, delicious meals. Sometimes we're so busy that you just end up finding yourself making a ham sandwich or something like that, which isn't really ideal. And this is the reason why we are excited to be partnering with Factor Meals. Factor Meals is America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit. You can choose from up to 35 gourmet meals, Every meal is packed with premium ingredients, crafted by Factor Meals' team of culinary experts and designed by dietitians to ensure that every meal is packed with premium science-backed nutritional quality. Your meals are delivered directly to your door, and all you need to do is heat them up in just under 2 minutes. Then they are ready for you to eat and enjoy. So for example, this week, I think I'm gonna go with the Italian herb chicken. What I love is that under every single meal, you can see if it's a calorie conscious option. For example, this meal I just chose is the dietitian approved calorie smart meal, which is around 550 calories or less per serving, and also a protein plus meal with 30 grams of protein or more per serving. So if you want to give it a try, click the link in the description below or head over to factormeals.com/dreamers50 and use code dreamers50 to get 50% off. And remember, when you try Factor Meals by using the link in the description below, remember that you're supporting this channel. Thank you. But yesterday wasn't just about Victor Wembanyama's debut, because in that game, Chet Holmgren also made his debut. And as you guys know, Chet Holmgren was the second pick, the second overall pick in the 2022 draft. And in that game, I was watching him as well. There seemed to be a little tit for tat. And I think after the game, he actually made some comments about Victor Wembanyama basically headbutting him because he hit a shot on him and then he flexed. But I'm looking at the box score here. And last night, he scored in 16 minutes. He shot 70% from the field, 100% from the three-point line. He shot 5 of 7 from the free throw line. The guy ended up with 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 0 steals, 1 block to finish the game with 21 points. Now on the other side of the court, Victor Wembanyama in 19 minutes shot 61.5% from the field, shot 2 of 5 from the three-point line, 66% from the free throw line, going 2 of 3, obviously. Got 5 rebounds, 0 assists, 2 steals, 4 turnovers, and 1 block. So obviously, it was a preseason game. But to me, as I was watching that preseason game, I was more preoccupied with how Victor was going to look. And let's just be honest. Victor Wembanyama is the most hyped NBA player probably since LeBron James. I mean, and if you remember the hype, I was in high school when LeBron was coming into the NBA. There was nothing like it. There was nothing like the hype surrounding LeBron James. So for me to be saying that this is the most hyped player since LeBron, I mean it. Now, the player that got a lot of hype as well was Zion Williamson, but he's not really living up to the hype. I believe that John Moran is actually living up to the hype, has lived up more to his own personal hype than Zion. But in the case of Victor Wembanyama, it was something absolutely totally different. Even my mom is a fan of Victor Wembanyama. Like it's absolutely unbelievable, and I think that it's a great thing that he actually ended up playing with the San Antonio Spurs, because the Spurs seem to have the blueprint and the pedigree to rear great international players. You need to look no further than Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker. Of course, you have some recent guys who are more role players like Patty Mills, and others. So to me, I think Victor is in a great situation there with San Antonio. Obviously, he's going to be coached by one of the most decorated coaches in NBA history, and Greg Popovich, who's going to coach him hard, which I think is something that's good. And I think Victor, what I like about him is that he seems to be open to being coached hard, which is a beautiful thing, right? Because even though there's all of this hype, even though there's all of this fanfare around him, he still seems to be centered on what's important. Even after I think he played the first 2 not preseason, summer league games or something like that, he was like, okay, I need to get in the lab. I need to shut this down. We're done with social media and we need to be focused. And you can see, because now he looked like he put on a little bit more weight. He cut his hair. The guy looks focused. So to me, I'm going to be absolutely glued to my television as this guy, grows into his NBA career, because I think if this is what he's looking like right now, this guy has a chance to go down to be one of the greatest players of all time. I know that's a lot of hype and a lot of praise, but from what I saw, you're going to be really hard pressed, whether if you're a veteran in the NBA or a rookie, to stop that guy on the basketball court. He is absolutely nothing to play with. So these are my thoughts. So what I want to know from you guys, number one, if you saw Victor play last night, what were your thoughts on him? And going forward, what do you think, how good do you think Victor Wembanyama can end up being in his NBA career. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. And we catch you guys on the next show. Peace.